One of the things I often hear about from friends and family when it comes to touring is, wow, you get to travel the world and experience all these great cities and countries, and that's awesome, you get to travel the world for free. And while there's some truth to that, and I definitely don't want to take away from how awesome and fortunate I am to have what I do as a job, a lot of touring is really repetitive. You wake up at a venue, load in, set up, do the show, pack down, and load out, rinse and repeat day after day after day for weeks on end. All that being said, here's what a typical day on tour looks like. We are in Milan today. It is the second last day of this tour. Tomorrow is Switzerland, and the tour is finished. I was hoping it'd be a bit more of a normal day today, the day that I choose to vlog, but we are not allowed in. The support acts, that is, aren't allowed in till 2:30 at the venue, which is interesting. We've gotten into the routine of show up to the venue as early as we want, and then load in around midday, whereas this time we actually can't load in till 2:30. So right now we're just literally parked in some random area, nowhere near the venue. I'm gonna go find some breakfast because it's early in the morning, somewhere I can get changed and brush my teeth. But stay tuned to the vlog because it's gonna be an interesting one today. When in Italy, one must get coffee, and it seems like there's a good selection of cafes around me, so let's go get some coffee. I don't know how I feel.
What?
I don't know. It just tastes bitter.
Look who's joined me.
Hey, you're coach.
There he is, Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I work for Spiritbox, and we're in Italy, and everything sucks.
Everything does suck.
Everything sucks. One thing I absolutely have to do today, and that's why I'm worried about time, is I need to restring because at the end of the last show, Eric was genuinely trying to break a string. He told me, it was like, I was trying to break the 105. And then, and then the song ended, like, the energy of the last show was insane. So,
Yeah, I saw some videos. It
was
looked
great.
sick.
Yeah.
So at the end of the last song, he just took his guitar and just threw it at the dashboard.
Yeah, I just see it go face first onto his pedal board. Like, yeah, I just looked at Ryan and he just stood there like,
I have to fix that.
As the great Remy from Ratatouille once said,
But the only thing predictable about touring is its unpredictability.
and the unpredictable thing at this show was the really, really small space we had for packing down and loading out. So everything that's on stage, all that amps and, you know, all that whatnot, amps, guitar. Yo! Oh, nice guys. Anyways, as I was saying, all the stuff, guitar, amps, pedal boards, drum kit needs to go through this door, with all our empty cases here, and then it needs to go all the way out there somewhere. I don't really know where, but here we go. Out here. At all the previous shows, we had a huge area, usually behind stage or side stage or something like that, where we could just take our time packing away stuff and not have to rush and potentially risk misplacing anything. Whereas at this venue, with the limited space that we had for packing down, we had to make sure that we had everything packed away within the time of Spiritbox's set, because then otherwise they would have to load out into the same area that we were packing down in, and then it would just be a big mess. Also, this is one of the examples where having an amazing local crew who know what they're doing can really make or break a pack down. Fortunately, all the local crews at all the venues on this tour, not just Milan, were amazing at their jobs. So here I'd just like to extend a huge thanks to all the local crew making our jobs so much easier. Yeah, man. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Grazie.
Thanks, guys. Oh my god, is that the man, the myth, the legend? Is that TJ?
oh my god.
Good to see you again.
My guy.
How are you?
Great, dude.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, TJ. What's up?
Yeah, that's all you need. I just realized I haven't introduced you to the people of YouTube. This is Danny. Introduce yourself.
Turn lights on and off for a living.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the right order.
That sums it up
Sometimes at
pretty
the right
much.
time. sometimes not.
And he does a very good job of it. To be honest, seeing the stage being built now, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No. They've put their worlds over quite like.
Yeah, they've put quite a lot of space for you know, worlds and stuff. So if that's how wide the stage is going to be, then we've got pretty ample room for all of our world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So fingers crossed it'll be all right. Loadout though. Every now and then throughout the video, you might either hear me or someone else talk about these things called worlds. Worlds and stuff. Pretty ample room for all of our world.
They've put their worlds over.
So what is a world? When talking about worlds in this context, we're usually referring to things like guitar world, playback world, monitor world, which refers to a designated area that's typically off stage where a specific tech will look after. So for example, I'm guitar tech, so I look after guitar world. So that would refer to things like an area where all the guitars are stored, a little bench where I can work on guitars and tune and stuff like that. Whereas Creasy is the playback and monitors tech, so he looks after playback and monitor world. I saw you from afar. That's good. Was that it? You weren't gonna say anything.
This isn't scripted. This is dinner time.
I got it. Hey, stop. We got it.
I do not like how close we're cutting it today, because usually by 2:30 the stage would already be like mostly set up, you know, screens and all that, but it's looking like right now we're cutting it very, very close. So today is going to be a very, very interesting one. I've said that many times. Spiritbox are almost done setting up because they were able to roll their trailer in a bit earlier, and they've got way less stuff to set up as well. Right, so the van is en route. So hopefully, what time is it now? It is 2:16, the van is en route, so hopefully it arrives in the next 15 minutes and then we can finally get to work, because it's just been a lot of... Is that it? Oh my god, I think I see it. There is our bandwagon with all of our stuff in it. So that means I need to get to work now. So once the van has rolled up to the venue, we're able to unload everything out of the trailer and then just get straight to work, which for me involves setting up all the amps and pedal boards, plugging in looms. This is my favorite part of setting up the whole rig, is plugging in these looms. So satisfying. MIDI and signal, and that's it, pedal board connected. Setting up keyboards, and lastly, if there's time, restringing anything that needs to be strung. This is probably the most mundane part of my day. So Creasy sends me these frequencies, and I need to input them onto the guitar transmitters so that the guitars can receive signal. So what are we saying? 601.125. 601.125 megahertz for guitar. Done. That should be working when we get power to the rig.
Oh, by the way, can I put a little disclaimer?
Yeah.
If anyone whines about cable management, I'll kick your fucking head in.
I mean, how much more neater can you get?
Exactly.
Once everything's all built and set up, that's when we'll start to get the help of local crew to just take stuff that's been built and set up and move it to the front of the stage. So that way, when architects have finished sound checking, we can just start immediately taking stuff right onto the stage and finish any last bits of setting up that we need to do and just be ready for our sound check. Because of delays that happened earlier on that ended up trickling down to us, we actually didn't have time for our full-length sound check, which would have been just about 45 minutes. So instead what we had to do was what is called a line check. So line check just involves the crew members. The band doesn't need to be present for this. The crew just go around tapping on instruments and tapping on mics just to make sure that there's signal coming through where there needs to be. So for example, I'll just grab a guitar and I'll just do a quick few strums to make sure the amps are making noise and that front of house is receiving it. And same with the drums. Creasy will go around just hitting each drum in some cymbals just to make sure that the appropriate mics are picking up what they need to be. And same with the vocals. Creasy will just shout a couple of 1-2s down each microphone to make sure, again, that they're picking up the correct signals and everything's connected correctly.
Hey, hey, 1, 2, hey!
And then Adam will just use his amazing front of house wizardry skills to make everything sound good while the band is playing during the show.
Beautiful, thank you.
So Soundcheck's finished, and it was very rushed because we were very behind on stuff, but it is one of them, so we just had to do our own sound. Once the line check is completed, that usually leaves us just about 45 minutes to grab a quick bite for dinner from catering. It was a very rushed sound check. We got everything done. It was a big scare because I thought the pedals were broken, but I was just being done with gates.
You want to unmute it, please?
I filmed an Unreal rig rundown with Creasy. We'll show it to you now. Radio, Creasy. Oh, you're still doing something? No. You good?
I'm good.
All right, Creasy, then, the mastermind of the rig. Tell us how this thing works.
It's mental, right? So we start, this bit here is integral to how Loathe sound, and without it we'd be fucked. So basically how it works is, what's really great, what's amazing, is the fact that we can then, right, if you look down here, you'll see it says Eric, and that's it. So basically, yeah, so without that, then you're fucked, innit?
Tell us how he gets the tone and stuff.
Yeah, so with the tone,
the signal
it's really
chain.
Cool. Yeah. So what we do is, we
and then I'm gonna press around and then. Yeah, and last but not least, also Faisal's part of the rig. So again, I'm gonna press enter and also he uses my pickups.
and then obviously the most important bit, so I can talk to people.
Yeah.
And we got green talks to all the crew, and purple talks to all the band.
Yeah.
So then I can just chat shit about people without them hearing, which is really good. Yeah. And one final thing.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, I mean, I don't know why you would after that, because that was really in depth. You know what? Figure it out and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Ta-ra.
So one thing I actually haven't mentioned yet is that I actually played at this show. I'm sure some of you guys have already seen my video on YouTube of me playing Dance on My Skin with Loathe.
This is how we're gonna do it! From the front to the back! Move your head!
So the reason that came to be was because it was actually my birthday on tour. So I was actually supposed to play that song with them on my birthday, on the actual day of my birthday. But as some of you guys may have seen on Instagram, we had an accident on my birthday, so we couldn't make it to the show. So instead, I opted to play at the Milan show, and that turned out to be a really great idea because, as it turns out, the crowd in Milan was probably the most energetic crowd we've had the whole tour, so that was really cool to see. Again, I'm very, very appreciative and thankful to everyone at Loathe for letting me play with them. That was insane.
Are you real?
You ready for stage time?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fine.
Right, I'm gonna get ready as well.
If my shit's in your way, Ryan, just let me know.
You're always in my way.
Copy that.
Yeah. I am so nervous.
You'll be fine.
Alright, thank you. Radio. It is 3 minutes till stage time. Oh, here's Eric.
You will do well.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure.
We'll see. God damn. That's a lot of people.
I was like, what's this guy saying?
Are you ready? Are you ready to play, Ryan?
I'm so nervous.
Nah, you're gonna kill it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So while the show is happening, I'm usually focused on two things. So the first thing being tuning up all the guitars and basses for the next song. And two is listening out for anything that might go wrong. So the rig that Loathe uses, it's a very involved rig. There's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong. So in my ears, in the mix in my ears, I've got the guitars and basses as the loudest thing in the mix, and everything else can just be quiet and I don't really need to listen to them. And we've had a couple of scares prior to this show where a guitar patch change wouldn't happen when it should, or it would just go completely quiet, which is terrifying. But thankfully they were just kind of very minor issues that I could just quickly run to the Axe-Fx's and fix. But yeah, that's the main thing I focus on while the actual show is happening. So other than that, I just kind of stand by Guitar World and just kind of watch the whole show from side stage. But once Loathe has finished their 30-minute set, then comes the 20-minute changeover. And it's like this chaotic kind of semi-choreographed dance where I will start unplugging everything and just start ragging cables out of everything and start passing stuff to local crew for them to take it to our little packing spot. And all that needs to happen within 20 minutes. And at the same time, Spiritbox then start getting their stuff on stage and getting ready for their set. So it's a very chaotic, but it's an organized chaos that needs to happen during a changeover, otherwise we'll run over of our changeover. I don't like this bit.
I like this bit.
I like this bit.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
No, man.
So the issue I mentioned earlier of having very little space for packing down and loading out, it wasn't much of a problem in the end. We just had a bit more of a rushed pack down while still making sure everything was packed away in their corresponding cases. So once everything's packed away and the vans arrived back in the venue, we'll start loading everything back onto the trailer with the help of all the local crew.
Pizza!
We've got kind of like a ritual for every time we finish loading the trailer. So once the trailer door has been closed and locked, we will salute the trailer. I don't really know how we started doing it, but we've been doing it pretty much after every single show. Aside from that one show where we didn't do that, and then this happened. So maybe the ritual is actually important. So once the trailer door is closed and we saluted the trailer goodbye, that would usually mark the end of my day. But because Milan was full of curveballs, I couldn't just rock up to my bunk and just go straight to sleep because the van had to be parked in a separate area, and then we had to go meet the van after the venue was cleared, it was just a whole thing. Milan was a bunch of curveballs, it was weird. That actually turned out to be a nice thing in the end, because I got to meet some of you guys who watch my videos, which is really crazy to think about. I wouldn't have thought that I'd be meeting people that watch my videos on tour.
Oh my god, no way!
To the people that I met at Milan, thank you guys for saying hi, and yeah, you guys were just awesome. It was so cool to meet you guys. So yeah, just keep an eye out for when I'll be on tour next, and hopefully I'll meet even more of you guys out there. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this whole day in the life on tour video. Again, with touring, it's so repetitive that sometimes I don't know what to film and what not to film, just because we get so much into the rhythm of it that it just all becomes a bit of a blur, and it becomes very easy to lose sight on what is interesting to film on tour. But I'm sure I was able to put it in some kind of cohesive manner for you guys to enjoy. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.